Right, we're going to move on to another activity about how much sugar did I have in an average day. So we're going to figure out just an average day of my life before I made it, sort of this shift to real whole foods. And then I want to encourage you to do the same because I don't think you know how much sugar you're eating until you've taken a look at it. And with data is power. So with that data, then you can make changes and you can make actionable goals. But it's hard to do that if you don't have that data. So we're going to assume there's not a perfect conversion for grams and teaspoons, but we're going to assume that each gram is about a quarter of a teaspoon. So the equation is grams divided by 4 will get you to teaspoons. Okay, so if you want to screenshot this and fill this in for yourself. So actually all of the food that I have is from Trader Joe's. That's where I really shopped very frequently in my mid-20s when I kind of was eating this way before I made a big change to my diet. That is not to pick on Trader Joe's. You could get this exact same thing at any grocery store or exact same numbers essentially at any grocery store. But my go-to breakfast before I changed my diet was a bowl of cereal. I would use an alternative milk, often coconut milk or almond milk. So together, that vanilla almond granola and milk was 2 grams and 8 grams, which when I add that together, you get about 20. Divide that by 4, you get 5 teaspoons, excuse me. And again, I'd have a snack at recess. Often yogurt was one of my go-to snacks. Strawberry yogurt from Trader Joe's, the European style one, 20 grams of sugar, which again, another 5 teaspoons. For lunch, I'd often get their prepackaged salads or frozen meals. Not that this would be every day, but this was pretty regular occurrence. So a broccoli, kale, and chicken salad that they have. This one happens to have some dried cranberries, and I think it had like a sort of a sweet balsamic. So it had 19 grams of sugar. So here we are again, pretty much at 20 grams each of these 3 times. So that's another 4 3/4 teaspoon of sugar. You can see how it's really hard to be moderate with your sugar, especially when none of these was like candy or soda or even juice. Would often have peanut butter or sandwich crackers, again, for that protein in them. Those weren't too bad, only 3 grams. So that's 3/4 of a teaspoon. Dinner would often they have black bean and corn enchiladas, which are pretty decent. And I would get, that has 4 grams, which is only 1 teaspoon. Again, not too bad there. I will say though, everything else I'm assuming serving sizes, all of these ones I've assumed serving sizes, but here, they only said you could have 1 enchilada. And I know I never ate 1 enchilada for my dinner or lunch. It was definitely the whole package. So I did put the whole package here. Oh, the rest of these are all I have assumed serving sizes. And then I'd often get like a chocolate, an M&M or chocolate or peanut butter and dried fruit and nuts trail mix there. It's very common also. That 16 grams of sugar. So that's 4 teaspoons right there. When we add all of that up, I was getting about 20 and a half teaspoons of sugar in a day, all without really, the only candy I might have would be a couple of bits of chocolate chips or M&Ms in the trail mix. I was not eating a candy bar ever. And I want you to remember that the American Heart Association recommends that 6 teaspoons of added sugar per day for women. So I was getting over 3 times that amount. So again, even without, just like Damon Gameau, I was not seeking out high sugar things, but it was all adding up. And so again, I'd like to encourage you to do this for yourself, just for one day. Take just a snapshot of time, maybe 2, maybe 3, whatever you'd like, but just get some data for yourself. See where you're at. Okay, so here I am going to say the thing that nobody wants to really hear. We are eating way too much sugar. As a culture, as a country, we are eating way too much sugar.